This is Epic Pinball. It was originally released in 1993. This is a complete collection here. Although there's 13 tables, there should be 14. There's one missing. This one I chose here, it's called Android, but this is the updated version called Super Android. The early shareware versions, and maybe the early retail one as well, or the mail order, because that's how you got this back then. It was the same theme, but you'll see it says Super Android here. It was just called Android. And, well, why does that matter? So the Android version, the table layout was slightly different, and it had an entirely different music track playing in the background, as well as some... There are some sound effects missing. Like I remember when you launched the ball, there'd be like an Android voice that would go, "Damn!" Like that, kind of cheesy. But so it's missing from this complete collection, which is a little amusing. And it's pinball. There's not a lot to say. I mean, it does get boring pretty quick. The only real appeal for me and a lot of people, I think, will be nostalgia. But the best table of them all is this one right here, which is, it's humorous because this was a shareware table. The other ones that might be kind of decent to look at, there's one called, I think it's Deep Sea. It's an underwater theme, and the music isn't that bad. The table's okay. There's another one called Cyborg Girl. Like she's a cyborg and she's a girl. And the main reason, like the table on that one, the table is abysmal. The layout's it's terrible. But the reason it might appeal to some people is unrelated to your performance or tilt or anything. Just every now and then, this cyborg girl, you'll hear sound effects in the background of her, let's say, getting some enjoyment out of the experience. I'm not sure how else to put it while keeping this PG. But yeah, it was definitely aimed towards a specific demographic. The magic table it's pretty BS, like the layouts. You're gonna get a lot of balls just dropping down the center off a launch. The way they'll hit the bumpers and go down. This is Epic Pinball. There are a few from this era that kind of did this, kind of trying to spice it up style. There's 3D Realms had a Balls of Steel that had Duke Nukem in it, which is probably the biggest table in that, because if you ever played Duke Nukem 3D, that first level you come across in Hollywood Holocaust, you come across a Duke Nukem 3D or Duke Nukem pinball table, and he goes, "Oh, I don't have time to play with myself." And then in Balls of Steel, that exact table is there. And he actually does comment, "Oh, now I do have time to play with myself." So again, pretty cheesy. But if you're looking for other pinball games, this one, I wouldn't buy it. I just get the shareware version for the Android or Super Android table. Either one is the best of the entire collection. And again, it's interesting that they call it the complete collection and it's missing a table. Aside from that, there's the Balls of Steel has Duke Nukem 3D. And then there's what else was there? Oh, there's that Windows 95 Space Cadet, I think it was called, pinball. And those would be the big nostalgia pieces, because that's all this is, right? It's just a nostalgia piece. Like, you're gonna get bored of this pretty quickly because it's just pinball. But the bummer as well is on good old games, they usually have the soundtracks built into the goodies section. In this game, not every track is good, but a couple of them are, they're kind of fun. And they're not on GOG for you to go pick and choose. Whereas something I got for free on GOG, I got that Tyrion 2000 game. I got that for free through GOG, and it has the entire soundtrack, as well as some other things. And this is people pay for it, and it's just the DOS game. Because unlike Jazz Jackrabbit, which had the Open Jazz modification to get it to high res, even though it had issues, you could do that, and it looked better and it played better. You can't do that with this. So it's either 320 by 200 or 320 by 240 resolution. You can't even bump it to 640 by 480. So again, it's a strict re-release for overpriced for what it is and how long it's been available. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying it. You know, just grab the shareware version.